Hey guys, welcome to At the Buzzer Live. I am Rachel Bonetta, hanging out with U.S. Women's National Team co-captain and now author. Have you gotten used to that name yet?
It's bizarre.
Carli Lloyd. She just wrote this book when nobody was watching. Congratulations.
Thank you.
First off, and thank you for hanging out with me today.
Yeah, it's been a fun day.
When did you get the idea to write a book?
Well, after the World Cup, a lot of opportunities presented themselves, and this was one of them. And so started this process. September of 2015 is when started having, sit-down interviews with Wayne Coffey, who's my ghostwriter. And yeah, it's been a lot. Like it's intense.
I read that you kept a journal of like everything, which was a really good idea. But do you find that it was like a little bit therapeutic to write this book?
Yeah, I mean it's crazy to dig through, your life's journeys and where you started and all the ups and downs, and look back and sort of give yourself a little pat, like saying, wow, like I've gone through so much, and I've come so far as a player, as a person. I think I've matured so much, and it's definitely so much easier.
Because that's just like a cinch compared to touring around. How has the tour been? Have you like meeting fans? I saw a video of you going into one bookstore and it was just like pandemonium. It seems so crazy. How has that been with you?
It's been good. It's been, I've been in New York. I've been in Connecticut. I've been in D.C. and Jersey. Jersey had 2 signings in North Jersey, South Jersey, and I signed for one of them was 4 hours straight and the other one was 3 hours straight. But yeah, Chicago, Kansas City, D.C. I mean, there's people that have come up like bawling their eyes out, just excited to meet me. Yeah, it's really pretty surreal moment.
Oh, that's so great. What a year you've had.
Well, my fiance, soon-to-be husband, actually has not even read the book yet.
What? Man, you need to go do your homework.
He has not had time, and he really wants to. He's started to read bits of it, but he really wants to sit down and read it from front to back cover, and have his mind all on it. My cousin, who is mentioned in the book, Jamie Bulla, who I looked up to, hasn't read it either. But some of my close family and friends, I mean, they've read it in literally a day. Everybody who has told me about the book is like, I couldn't put the book down. So it was, it's great. I'm really proud of it.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations again. How long did it take you from start to finish to get this all done?
Well, September of 2015, Wayne was going at
Knocking
it.
at your door?
He was emailing me all the time. He was calling me all the time. He was asking about what I was wearing on this day, and I'm like, Wayne, I have literally no idea. But the amount of detail that has to go into a book, I mean, he rewatched games, he interviewed some of my former teammates, former coaches. He did a phenomenal job on the book, and it was a pretty short window of being able to finish the book, especially with the editing process. That took a while as well. And the cover and figuring out that, and the title and subtitle. So much has gone into it.
It's awesome. Okay, guys, if you guys have any questions for Carli, send them in. We'll ask you her questions. Let's switch over to the U.S. Women's National Team. You did an interview with the New York Times, and you said, if we won the Olympics, how much motivation would this team have had for the next cycle? Do you think that was a little bit of a blessing in disguise this summer?
As selfishly as I would want to win the Olympics, yeah, I think so. I think we were on such a high after the World Cup, and yeah, credit to our team. We did a phenomenal job of winning a World Cup, and it was probably the biggest thing that this team has won, obviously, since 1999. So yeah, it might have been a little hard to win the Olympics and then start to prepare and motivate for the next cycle.
What's left if you would have won?
I mean, we would have now it's like, okay, we have to be the first team to win back-to-back World Cups. That's the next biggest thing, 2019.
You talked about you play really well when you have a chip on your shoulder. Do you think that this is going to be the motivation, and does that carry over to the rest of your teammates?
I think everybody's different. I think with me, I had the underdog type of mentality for so long and a chip on my shoulder because I really felt like I wasn't appreciated or really recognized for things that I had been doing on the field.
Yeah.
There would be games where I'd absolutely crush it and maybe not score, maybe not assist, but no one knew about it. And so that was really hard. So I did. I played with a chip on my shoulder. Now, I don't think that that's who I am. I don't think I need to have haters and doubters to motivate me. I can motivate myself because I've worked extremely hard these, my entire life to get to this point. And the motivation for me for the next 3 years is ultimately to just enjoy the journey and continue to get better because I owe it to myself for all the hours that I've put it in.
Absolutely.
I owe it to my trainer, James, to my fiance, friends, family. So that's really the motivation. So I would say, there's not going to be a chip on my shoulder per se, but motivation to just these next 3 years really go after it personally.
So speaking of those next 3 years, you did a live stream yesterday that you said you would want to retire after the next World Cup, which you would be 38, right?
Next Olympics.
2020. 2020. Okay. So how do you plan on keeping your body in shape for that haul?
Well, I think it's not that it's easier. I still have to do more because the more fit you become, the more you have to do. But it's easier in a sense that I have such a solid base from being fit. I know what to eat. I know what to do. I know how to take care of myself. So it's just really going about it the same as I've gone about it. There's really no differences, just to continue to eat better, continue to take care of myself, stretch. I'll be ramping up my fitness as we get closer to different events, and that's really about it.
Yeah. Body, get your shit together. So how has you guys had a crazy busy summer, and then I feel like after the Olympics, things started getting a little bit dramatic. Like Hope Solo was suspended. Megan Rapinoe is taking knees. How has that affected your team, or has it just kind of rolled off your shoulders and everyone's still doing pretty good?
I think for the most part, everyone is doing pretty good. I think it's been a long couple of years. You throw in the NWSL. People are still, the finals coming up on October 9th. Everybody should tune in between Washington Spirit and Western New York Flash. So, it's been long. But I think that, we're professionals, and no matter what's going on around us, personal lives, the team, in the locker room, we still have a job to do, and that's to go out and play. So I think that everything is okay. It kind of is what it is with this about Hope, unfortunately, right now. And I think Megan's still trying to figure out how she wants to continue to make change in the world, which is great.
Yeah. And are you guys supportive of that movement?
Yeah, we definitely are. I mean, I've had several conversations with Megan, and I definitely respect what she's trying to do. She's trying to bring, very hard, tough conversation.
Yeah, for sure. Her attitude throughout this whole ordeal, and have you spoken to her?
I have spoken to her. I've texted her. I mailed her my book, so she said she just got that in the mail. She's also sent me some pretty gruesome pictures of her shoulder.
Oh.
Her shoulder. I mean, I've known for a long time her shoulder's been messed up.
Yeah.
I mean, she had surgery on it before, but it just never has fully gotten to the point where she can fully lift her arm and straighten it. So I'm happy that she took care of that. And I think she's finding other ways to fill her time, continue to fight for women's rights and equality. And, it's definitely weird and sad without her, a part of the team.
Yeah.
I'm on the bus and I'm kind of looking at her seat. I've actually started sitting in her seat, kind of like in
You guys
honor
have designated
of her.
seats like
we
that?
We do, yeah.
No one's sitting in Hope's seat.
We're in the back of the bus crew, so I texted her and I said, you know what, I'm going to switch my seat and sit in yours to honor you. And I mean, it's unfortunate, and I don't know, maybe in 6 months' time, maybe her and U.S. Soccer can figure things out and work it out.
I think everyone is crossing their fingers for that. What is next for Carli Lloyd? You've won World Cups. You've written a book now. What is the next thing on your agenda?
I need some rest.
Are you going to take a vacation after this?
Well, I'm getting married in November.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I think that's the 17th time I've said congratulations in this live stream so far.
So I really want to, take a couple of weeks and enjoy that time, enjoy the moment. We have 2 national team games coming up, October 19th, October 23rd, which Fox is doing.
Shout outs, fam.
Yeah, which will be awesome in Minnesota. And then after that, I'll be off until the new year.
Yeah, that's going to be nice.
It'll be exciting.
Kick back and relax.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little NWSL. How do you think the U.S. Women's National Team success has contributed or helped that league grow?
Well, I think it's been huge. I was speaking about this earlier, actually, and I think that the World Cup pretty much saved some teams in the league.
Interesting.
Honestly, yeah, I've heard that from several different people. Attendance numbers were down. We were gone for a big chunk of the season, and I know they did it differently this Olympic year where we didn't miss that much, which was great.
Okay.
So that's great. I mean, we want this league to survive. We want younger girls to be able to aspire to play on an NWSL team, and we've talked about expanding in the next couple of years. So it's played a huge role, and I think in the next cycle, these next couple of years, Jill is really going to take a look at some NWSL players and see if they're able to be at this level.
That's exciting. Where would you like to see the league go one day, and what do you think would help it get there?
Well, I think what's been key is having some teams piggyback off of the MLS teams. Like, I'm playing in Houston.
I agree.
There's an MLS team there.
Yeah.
I think that just works. There's kind of everything in position, the stadium, practice fields, staff. So I would like to see more of that, and I think that might be the route that they're going to go. Eventually, we want to get to, a little bit bigger budgets. A lot of us fly the day before a game, which sometimes if you're up early and you're getting in late the next night before a game is sometimes hard. So little things like that that affect the budget and ultimately kind of affect our play. But it's getting there slowly but surely.
Cool. Let's get to some Facebook questions. Kayla, do you have one? Got a bunch.
Yeah, but a couple of people have asked after you retire if you want to coach at all.
A couple of people have asked when you retire, would you like to coach?
I don't know if coaching per se is in my realm right now of post-retirement. I really enjoy the mental side of the game. Okay. So I might try to dabble in that and possibly do some camps. I do camps now, so I
that would be cool.
That. Yeah, so I don't know about coaching.
Awesome. Do we have any other questions?
And so Parsons asked, let's see, he said, any advice how to get my little soccer player to eat breakfast on game day? He gets anxiety and stomach aches.
Parson wants to know what his daughter should be eating on game day. She gets anxiety and stomach aches.
Well, breakfast is the most important meal of the day, especially if you are having a game that day. So it's important to eat breakfast. You have to almost train yourself to eat breakfast. I know a lot of people who wouldn't eat breakfast forever, and then they slowly started out with some smaller stuff, and then does make them feel a lot better. So eat your breakfast.
Breakfast is the most important meal. Okay, I've also got some questions from Facebook. This is one of my favorites. Josh Spongberg wants to know, what can a new dad do to raise a brave and confident girl?
Well, I would say don't try to over-control your daughter. It's important to make sure that you let her fail. You let her get back up again. Make her own decisions. I think that's the most important thing. And just giving her the confidence to be confident, to speak her mind and go after what she's dreaming of.
I love that. Have you found a lot of young women are coming out to your book signings?
Yeah, I mean, even young boys.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
What does that mean to you to have these kids look up to you?
It's great. I mean, I've had some people come up like bawling their eyes out, like they can't believe that they've met me. And
That's
I'm like,
so
oh,
awesome.
It's so, it's so cool because I just consider myself, I just play soccer. I'm still the same person I was even before all this success, and but I'm a huge role model and inspiration to so many people, and that to me is priceless.
Yes, you are. Edward Chang wants to know, if not soccer for a career, what would you be doing right now?
I have no idea.
Books.
Yeah, I I have no idea because soccer was like it for me.
Yeah.
I hated an office job. I remember working at my mom's boss's office. He was an attorney, and I was like, this is brutal.
This ain't for me, this life.
No. So, yeah, I don't know.
Alvaro Ching wants to know, he wants me to ask you about equal pay. So where is that fight right now?
We're just kind of waiting. We're in a holding pattern. We're waiting for the EEOC to basically figure out the investigation, and so we're waiting on them to kind of figure that out.
Okay, and one last question. Alba wants to know, what was the hardest thing about writing a book?
Well, luckily, I didn't have to physically write it.
Yeah.
I just had to conduct a lot of interviews and information about it.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of work. It was tedious work. It was editing. It was reading things over again. It was answering questions. And the book tour, to be honest, it's
maybe
pretty
the
tough.
hardest part.
It's a 2-week tour. There's not a lot of time. I'm not sleeping a lot, but I'm touring around and being able to inspire so many people.
Well, I appreciate you giving us some time today. Guys, you can go get Carli Lloyd's new book, When Nobody Was Watching. Thank you so much for hanging out.
Thanks for
and
having me.
congratulations again.
Thank you.